Alright, back to saving Suzuha. I mean Mayuri, back to saving Mayuri. So we're at Moeka's level, I guess. Like, we need to cancel her D-mail. Alright, which means the IBN 500 should be here at the shrine. On the previous world line, girl Lukako broke the IBN 500 while cleaning the storehouse. But guy Lukako didn't clean the storehouse. He never broke the IBN 500. It's 6:46 PM. Judging by past experience, it is very unlikely that I've averted Mayuri's death for today, but just in case, I should get back to the lab within the hour. Lukako, do you remember breaking an old computer in the shrine house last year? An old computer? No, I don't remember anything like that. I don't really understand computers. I haven't played with them much. When Lukako was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question. And then she forced a smile as if to avoid admitting that she broke the computer. But he is not trembling now. Lukako honestly doesn't know. Go get your father for me. I asked Lukako to fetch his father for me, so I can ask him whether or not the IBM 500 was in the storehouse. An old computer? Yes, I do remember. I'll go check. Please wait a moment. He heads into the storeroom and out back, just like on the previous world line. But on the previous world line, the 500 was no longer in the storehouse since girl Lukako had secretly moved it. How will it turn out this time? Lukako's dad returns after about 10 minutes. His expression is grave. That's all the answer I need. Nothing has changed. It's gone. I couldn't find it anywhere. I quickly glanced at Lukako's face. Blank. He didn't seem to know anything. Hello. Just started. So we are at after we changed Lukako's email and then it's gone. I couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah, huh? Are you repeating the dialogue? What? Yeah, so we changed the email and then but we still couldn't find the IPN 500. So obviously this time is Moeka's email. So Moeka is the one that I assume she stole it because I told her it was at the shrine, right? I shouldn't have told her, but you know. We didn't know back then. Blank, he doesn't seem to know anything. Lukako is innocent, I'm sure of it. This guy Lukako didn't break the computer. The lock to the storehouse was broken. Someone may have stolen it. Stolen it? It didn't disappear? A thief took it? Well, our guess was correct then. Discern. There is evidence someone dragged something heavy away. That wasn't there at the end of the year cleaning. And the lock wasn't broken when I checked last month. I never expected a thief would break in. Then, shouldn't we report it to the police? While they discuss what to do, I sigh and consider the situation. This isn't going to work. The IBM 500 is still out of reach. There are 2 D-mails left to cancel. Something tells me that if I cancel just one more, I can get back to the IBM 500. But which one? Moeka one, obviously. Okabe-san, I don't really understand, but please don't be sad. Just go. It matters not, like you always do. I chuckle. Lukako is so adorable when he's trying to cheer me up, but he's a guy. You're using that phrase wrong, you know. I wave goodbye and leave the shrine. Let's get back before Mary dies, man. 2 D-mails remain. First, the one I sent to myself with the winning Lotto 6 numbers. That one should be easy to cancel. The problem is the other one. The one sent by someone I wish I could forget. Kiryu Moeka. I know the gist of her D-mail, since she sent it as part of our early experiments. When Moeka asked to send a D-mail, I agreed under 2 conditions. First, make the content simple enough that the D-mail's effects would be obvious. Second, make the contents public to all lab members. Moeka ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone a few days prior. The D-mail was set to July 31st, an easy date to remember. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBM 500. Well, obviously she sent it behind your back, man. It must be the butterfly effect, as it was with Lukako's D-mail. This time, however, I will not hesitate to do what's necessary. Kiryu Moeka does not deserve my sympathy. That woman and her man have killed Miley more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. There's just one problem. The cancellation D-mail needs to be sent from Moeka's own phone. I don't think a message from me telling her not to change phones would sway Moeka's intentions in the slightest. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her. What do I do? I return to the lab and set things up so I can time leap at a moment's notice. Fortunately, that isn't necessary. I'm so starved. I barely ate today, so I was hungry. Is there more tomorrow? Yeah, and the day after too. Mari just got back from Komima 30 minutes ago. She and Kuritsu, who stayed behind at the lab, have just finished eating cup noodles. It is already past 8, and so far nothing has happened. Mari is still alive. Going by the pattern, her death probably been postponed until about this time tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being, God, fate, The universe itself? Or is it just merely coincidence? That doesn't matter now. Okay, okay. Mayoshi's got an early day tomorrow, so I'm going home. Mayuri takes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. She's been up since 5 this morning. Looks like she plans to wake up early tomorrow too. That reminds me, I haven't seen Daru at all. He is fighting in Komima Holy War too, so that doesn't surprise me. Busy checking his boys, I guess. Hey, why don't you guys come too? I'll pass, but my assistant looks like she wants to go. Huh? Kurisu jumps out at my answer. Hey, Okabe, don't put words into my mouth. I saw your eyes sparkling while you listened to Mayuri's cosplay stories. Maybe, but nobody said anything about going. Come on, Christian. I know that Kuritsu is an ad channeler, but is she an otaku? There he does again. What do you mean? Does what? Teasing Kuritsu? Not all ad channelers are otaku, but she has often hinted at an interest in cosplay. No way. I'd suffocate in a crowd like that. It's not as crowded on day 2. If you are worried, come in the afternoon. All the popular stuff will be sold out though. There he goes again. Goes what? You go, Okabe. You are Mayuri's guardian, aren't you? No, Mayoshi is Okarin's hostage. Alright, that's what it is. That's what it was. Well, you don't want your hostage to escape, do you? Shouldn't you take her along in handcuffs or something? I've got business in Akiba. What do you mean, business? The search for Kiryu Moeka. I already sent her an email, we need to talk. And now I'm awaiting for her reply. Something tells me it is not going to work. No answer? I guess it was just an excuse. Cool. Christina, we need to talk. Again? Abrupt as usual. What do you mean, again? Nothing? Wait, did you remember? What you're gonna talk about? You two have been really close lately, huh? You are always talking together. Have we? I mean, like, we have, but you know, it's not on this world line, right? On this world line, nothing should have happened yet. Mayoshi really wants to join in your secret meetings and stuff. Don't worry, we've been talking about the time leap machine. It would just be gibberish to you. Having asthma? Shit man, be careful. Take good care of yourself, huh? Oh fuck, I skipped. Not entirely accurate, but not a lie either. Besides, the purpose of this particular discussion is to convince Christina to attend Komima. Prepare for good news, Mayuri. Oh great! Thanks, Okarin. Mayuri waits in the lab as I take Kuritsu outside. So, Christina, I'm not going to Komima. You said again just now. We've talked like this before? Just the two of us? Losing your memory now? Does our little mad scientist have an acetylcholine deficiency? I'm being serious. You are acting weird today. What's going on? Please, I need to know. I mean, yeah, this is like the 5th time you've brought me outside to talk about the time leap machine. Time leap machine? Have we talked about my time leaping? For an instant, Koitsu opens her eyes wide in surprise. Cool. But then she gives me an angry glare. You are time leaping? I'm not. More than a dozen times already. That many? What the hell are you doing? Then why did I talk with her before? Looks like she doesn't know, yeah. Looks like she doesn't know anything about Lukako or my shifting between world lines. But that's only natural. So far I've changed world lines a total of 3 times. Let's call the first world line where Mayuri died Alpha 1. World line 2 where Felis I fought the viral attackers is Alpha 2. The world line where I dated girl Lukako is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, 2 and Alpha 3 were undone by my DMLs. But for Kuritsu and everyone else on Alpha 4, those world lines were nothing but separate, intangible possibilities to begin with. I guess I have to explain everything again. I sighed heavily, then began. Be right back, my boyfriend messaged me. Okay, good luck. I think I get it. After I'm done, Kuritsu sighs and lightly pats my arm. Don't wear yourself out. Well, it's a disgrace to be comforted by my assistant. Why you're always like that? I'm even trying to be nice. You're really full of yourself, you know? I don't need your sympathy. Everything that happened is my fault. I'm just getting what I deserve. Come to think of it, every time I explain this to you, I always end up hating myself in the end. Okabe, don't worry about me. Worry about Mayuri. Mayuri will probably die tomorrow. I don't know how it will happen. Mayuri stays away from the lab. She can probably avoid running into Moeka and her men. If Mayuri stays away from the lab, she can probably avoid. It doesn't matter though. She'll die all the same. All Alpha world lines converge on her death. Escaping the attractor field is the only way to save her. Sorry about this, but I want you to be there when she dies tomorrow night. That's why you want me to go to Komima? There's nothing we can do to prevent her death. Just stay close and tell me when it happens. Once I know, I'll make the time leap. I can't believe there's nothing we can do. It just doesn't feel real. But it's the truth, isn't it? I can see it in your eyes. Are you okay? No, I still haven't saved Mayu. I know. That's not what I mean. That's not what I meant. Kuritsu interrupts me. Are you okay? I don't follow. You are carrying an awful burden. Well, it's true, man. I mean, like, just imagining being Okabe in this moment, man. It's just so... damn. It's rare for her to look so concerned for me. I told you not to worry about me. It's Mayuri that you need to worry about. Tomorrow, I'm going to look for Moeka. If Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone the time leap. If Mayuri does die tomorrow, I'll return to the past no matter what. I wish there was some way that Mayuri won't have to suffer. Then, why don't you time leap now? I can't plan effectively without knowing the deadline. I don't want to see Mayuri die either, you know. Well, can't say I disagree with you, Kuritsu. I know how you feel, but you're the only one I can ask. Where did all these trucks came from? Well, you're my assistant after all. You did help me in all these war lines too. Should be glad of yourself, man. Kuritsu forces a laugh at my feeble attempt to make a joke. You're so full of yourself. We have our plan. Kuritsu will go to her first Komima. Mayuri will be so delighted when I tell her the news. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. Receiving mail. Assistant Mayuri. Mayuri, I'm off. Morning, Okalin. I'm heading off now. Assistant, headed out. Join up with Mayuri. We are heading to Ariake. Kinda excited, LOL. Assistant, so many people. I had no idea it would be so crowded. Save me, Owazi. Cool. Poor girl. Hopefully she'll have fun. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. I want to be with her, of course, but that's not possible. Moeka hasn't replied, which means I have to find her myself. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about her. My only clue is arc rewrite, the company Moeka supposedly worked at. I find it after a quick search online. Sure enough, their business is producing articles for PC magazines. Luckily, their office is in Akiba. I try calling first, but it goes to voicemail. I guess they're still closed for the Obon holiday. Or maybe it's just a bad time. Looks like I've got no choice but to visit them in person. It's the second day of Komima and Akiba is deserted. Most of the otaku are lined up at Big Site right now. I've experienced the craze of Komima several times firsthand. It is literal war. It scares me whenever Mayuri goes alone. I can't help but imagine her trampled by a horde of crazed otaku. But in reality, Mayuri is surprisingly quick and tough. I've seen her weave through crowds like you wouldn't believe. Kuritsu is the one more likely to get trampled. I can't help but feel sorry for her. Maybe it was wrong to ask her to go. I find the arc rewrite office in a fancy looking building on the outskirts of Akiba. I take the elevator up, but there is nobody there. I lean against the wall and wait. After about 30 minutes, a man dressed in shirt and tie appears. I explain that I am relative of Kiryu Moeka and ask for her contact info. But he gives an unexpected answer. We don't have an employee by that name. You don't? Damn, I've been tricked. I should have known better. Moeka is working for CERN. Of course her place of employment is fake. Is this the end of the line? Just as I'm about to turn around and leave, the man pounds his hand as if he remembered something. Hey, wait. There was a girl who worked here just 2 days before disappearing. I think her name might have been Kiryu. We might still have her resume. I frantically bow my head and ask him to look for it. He is reluctant but acquiesces, whatever, I don't know what that means, but he helps. The address listed on the resume leads me to a beat-up old apartment. Not the sort of place you'd expect a single young woman to live. I feel a strange unease as I approach the apartment. For some reason there is a police car parked in front of the complex. A uniformed officer is standing out front. And one room on the second floor, room 202, Moeka's, has a blue sheet covering the door. What is going on here? This doesn't seem good. I walk up to the police officer. Excuse me. Did the person who lives there move? Huh? No. Then? Are you related? I knew her. You haven't heard? The police officer looks uncomfortable. The bad feeling in my gut is getting worse. What happened? Suicide. Didn't see that coming at all, man, actually. What? Suicide? But why? When? Yesterday. No way. They took her to Chiyoda 3rd Central Hospital. Doesn't look like she had any relatives. We don't know who to notify. Will you go see the body? I bow my thanks and leave. She's dead? Moeka is dead? Didn't expect that at all, man. What's going on? What's going on? It doesn't make sense. Suicide? Moeka, who killed Mayuri in cold blood, committed suicide? Or is this part of the conspiracy? Could her old man have killed her, then made it look like a suicide? Today is the 16th. On World Line Alpha 1, Moeka raided the lab on the 13th. 3 days have passed since then. Each time I change world lines, Mayuri's death gets pushed back 1 day. So does Moeka's raid. It hasn't happened yet on this world line. So why did she die? I don't get it. This is the first time this has happened. How should I deal with this? What should I do? I squat on the ground and cradle my head in confusion. If Moeka is dead, maybe Mayuri doesn't have to die. No. I don't think convergence is that kind. Fate demands Mayuri's death. Whenever I try to stop it, something interferes. True, I'm the only one who meddled with the machine, but haven't I paid the price already? How did all this happen? A few weeks ago, I was just a college student with a severe case of Chunibyo. GG. Well, true though. It was a few weeks ago for me too, man. Save for my earliest grandmother, I had never experienced the death of anyone close to me. Death has no place in my life. But how many times have I faced death these past 3 days? More, when you count the loops I've made. My heart can't take it anymore. I don't know how much longer I can go on. One more. Just one more D-mail to cancel. If I can just get my hands on Moeka's phone. Time leap. Moeka died yesterday around noon. I can go back before that happened. The reason she died isn't important. Whether my earliest murderer kills herself is of no concern to me. I just need to cancel that D-mail. Also, you're not going to see her body? Upon returning to the lab, I casually look up at the second floor window, and what I see shocks me to my core. Electrical discharge? Someone is using the time leap machine! Who? Maori and Daro should be at Komima? Not even Kuritsu should be here. I asked her to escort Maori yesterday. Besides, she's against changing the past. So who? Steal her phone, hahaha. The building shakes. Steal her phone, haha. I don't think it's that simple here, man. The vibration reaches the street. I can't let this happen. The world line mustn't have been tampered with again. I need to stop it now. I race up the stairs to the lab. By the time I get there, the shaking has stopped. I quietly peek into the development room. Nobody's there. The door was unlocked. Anyone could have walked right in. How could we be so careless? The time leap machine is still faintly warm. Wait, what? Who was it? Doesn't quite make sense, man. What the hell happened? Wait, let me be right back. I want to take some water. Alright, back. Oh yeah, did you just came back too? I fill you in a bit. Apparently, today, in News World Line, Kiryu Moeka killed herself. We went to her apartment. We went to her apartment that it's set on her resume, but we don't know if if it is the real person or not, because it was covered and stuff, right? So the police told me that Kiryu Moeka died. Not Kiryu Moeka. The girl in the apartment should kill herself. And what? Yeah, and just like, and then the policeman told us the address too, but we couldn't like quite. Our character didn't go to see the body. I was hoping he will, because I want to know if it is Moeka or not. But blah blah blah. And now we came back to the lab, and then someone is using a time machine. Somehow. The time leap machine is still faintly warm. So somebody did use it. Who? Did they time leap? This is the first time someone else has used the time leap machine. Just to make sure, I checked the X68000. As expected, the histories had been erased. The same thing happens when we send the D-mail. There's nothing I can do about this. It worries me, but I have to focus on Moeka. I set up the time leap machine. The maximum leap time is 48 hours. To leap more than that, you need to leap 48 hours, then leap again. The 42-inch CRT is on downstairs. That is plain as day. Since the discharge phenomenon just occurred, I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. Doesn't quite make sense. Like, and we are able to observe the world line change, right? So if a person other than me, okay, went back in time and changed something, then me would have perceived it, right? Because I have the ability, I will have the dizziness and blah blah blah. I should be able to feel it. But what the fuck happened? Doesn't make sense. Who was it? Should I really leap now? Don't be ridiculous. Of course I should. Just a little more, I can save Miley once and for all. I know what will happen if I don't leap now. Miley will die, and I'll taste that pain and despair once again. Do you need me to do it for you again? Just do it, man. Alright. Feels like the animation is slower, but not sure. Suddenly, the empty room is full of familiar faces. Miley is sitting on the sofa, working on her costumes and rubbing her tired eyes. Taro is at his PC, muttering to himself. Kuritsu is in the development room, tinkering with the phone wave name subject to change. Where is Moeka now? Should I try going to her apartment again? Honestly, I'm afraid to meet her face to face. I don't know what I might do. That woman killed Miley. Innocent Miley, suing with all she's got. I've seen blood drained from her body. I've seen the light fade from her eyes. If I see Moeka, will I be able to contain my rage? It doesn't matter. I can't run away. In order to save Miley, I must meet with Moeka. Okay. I head to Moeka's ratty apartment. There is no sign of the police this time. Moeka's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. I run up to the iron stairs and stand in front of the door to Unit 202. The lights aren't on inside. I start getting anxious. Maybe she's not here. There is no intercom, so I reluctantly knock on the door. No reply. I try again with the same result. Damn, might as well try the doorknob. Bruh, it's unlocked. Okay. Miley, are you coming back? Are you coming back to the lab today? I don't know, but don't worry. You don't have to worry about anything. Alright, be careful, Miley. It's unlocked. I take a deep breath. This could be a trap. Remember, we are not dealing with an ordinary person. Moeka is a rounder, an agent of CERN. If I die here, what will happen to Miley? Will Kuritsu or Taro use the time leap machine to save her? I need to be careful. But at the same time, I can't save Miley by doing nothing. So I steel myself, open the door, and peek inside. The apartment is dark, too dark to see. But I feel someone's presence. I step inside. The apartment is practically empty. Minimal furnishings. Only the barest necessities of life. But there, by the window, is a figure in the moonlight. Eh? A woman is sitting on the floor, her head bowed. There is no one else here. I approach the woman and stare down at her, gritting my teeth in a desperate effort to maintain control. Ever since the first time she killed Mayuri, I've tried the best to avoid thinking about this woman. But now I have no choice. I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. I must obtain the IBM 500 to escape the Alpha Attractor field and rescue Mayuri. Kiryu Moeka. I had another name for her once. It hurts to remember. I force it back to the back of my mind. Can you hear me? Moeka's fingers twitch. She sluggishly lifts her head, but she doesn't look up. She stares at my feet instead. Huh? She finally speaks in a frail voice. Moeka has always had trouble speaking, but it seems especially severe today. I notice her hair and clothes are disheveled. She looks awful, though I suppose it's no surprise given that she kills herself in 4 days. FB? FB? Is that you? FB? I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's code name. Why won't you contact me? I did everything you told me to. The phone in Moeka's hand glows faintly. She's clinging to it, I see. Did I do something wrong? I'll fix it. I promise. Just don't abandon me. I'll do anything for you, FB. Please, answer me. Give me orders. I'll obey. Tell me what to do. Tell me. Tell me. I'm at a loss for words. I wasn't expecting to find her in such a miserable state. She was so cold, so calm when she killed Mayuri. It's like she is a different person now. Is this another effect of the world line change? But it has only been weeks since she sent her D-mail. How could she have changed so much? What happened? We went to her apartment. I jumped back few days. This is 4 days before she killed herself, and we went to her apartment and checked on her. And this is what we see. I don't know what's happening here so far. I get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulders. Hey, can you hear me? Hey! FB. What? Why won't you answer? Why won't you answer? Kiryu Moeka. Hey, it's me, Okabe. No response. Moeka just keeps crying and mumbling to herself. I guess this is why she killed herself then. I shake harder, but she doesn't react. She doesn't even resist. Looking down, I notice that she is typing rapidly on her phone. Bewildered, I look at the screen. FB. What happened to Moeka? From what little I understand, it sounds like she's lost contact with her supervisor, FB. but I don't understand how that could turn Moeka into such a wreck. It doesn't matter. I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing. Recalling my purpose, I reach for Moeka's phone. No! A sharp crack echoes through the room. Moeka slapped my hand away. It didn't hurt, but her reaction was lightning quick. Now Moeka curls up into a ball, hugging the phone tightly to her chest. It was like this from the moment I met her. She never let go of her phone, not even for a second, as if it were the only thing keeping her alive. No mails. No mails. You mean from FB? No mails. I make several more attempts to take her phone while she babbles incoherently, but she just slaps my hand away each time. Next, I try persuasion. I promise to help her search for FB if she lends me her phone. It's a lie, of course, though come to think of it, I would like a piece of FB too. But I can wait until I've saved Mayuri. Moeka doesn't buy it. If that is, she hurt me at all. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should take it from her by force. But what if she tries to kill me before I can send the email? In her current state, In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. On the other hand, if she does retaliate, there's not much I can do against someone with a gun. What should I do? A gun. A gun. Where would she keep it? I quickly scan the room, but there's no sign of it. Crap, that startled me. Assistant calling. Hello. GG, this chapter gonna make us feel bad for Moeka. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hello. I stand up and move to the entrance where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight. Where are you? Sorry, I'm busy. Is it woman? You're with a woman, aren't you? Is that the first thing that comes to mind? You really are a mainstream girl. Shut up. You promised you'd help with the phone wave, remember? Or is it your lab ma'am number just for show? Get Daru to help. I can't do it today. What are you doing? Where are you? Kiryu Moeka's apartment. So you're a woman. You're the worst. Has she not met Moeka on this world line? I quickly give Kuritsu a simplified version of the usual explanation. Kuritsu listens attentively, as she always does. Maybe she's more considerate than I give her credit for. As soon as I finish, Kuritsu gives it to me straight. You'd have to take it from her by force. You've seen way too many Hollywood movies. You're up against the son of Agent of CERN. Play nice and you could end up dead. Don't hesitate. Remember, you're doing this to save Mayuri. I know you're pretty weak and scrawny, but you should be able to handle her in her current state. Gee, thanks. At least she's not beating around the bush. Suddenly she lowers her voice. You might think I'm a monster for saying this. I mean, not that I care what you think, but Kill her if you have to. Wow, Kuritsu, didn't expect this from you, man. Wow, you're a monster. But you're not a hypocrite. And that's what I love about you, Christina. Huh? Love? Huh? What's the matter with her now? Nice. I mean it. I wish my conviction were as strong as yours. Well, thanks. But that's not all right. There's a reason you're willing to suggest murder as an option. How did you reach that conclusion? I would totally do that. I'll kill her. Good. You're still thinking. I can't be certain whether your story is true, and I don't quite understand this attractive field hypothesis. But based on what you told me, if this Kiryu woman commits suicide 4 days from now, then that means her death flag is already active. In other words, this world line has approved her death. On previous world lines where that wasn't the case, you probably couldn't have killed her even if you tried. Something would have happened to prevent it. Or possibly, killing her would cause a dramatic shift in world line divergence. But on this specific world line, her death is already certain. As you have experienced with Mayuri's death, the result is what matters, not the process. I believe the same applies to Kiryu. It doesn't matter how she dies. I would totally do that. Wow, Kuritsu. Did your I would totally do that was something else? Wow, Kuritsu. Oh, you mean the love thing? I forgot what happened. In other words, I can kill her instead of letting her commit suicide? She's already going to die. Oh, yeah. True. So that makes it okay. That's the kind of argument a murderer would make. Wow, this is a big moral dilemma. Don't be a hypocrite. We're not talking about right or wrong here, Okabe. Wow, Kuritsu. She's unforgiving as always, but it actually feels nice to speak frankly like this. But what about the law? Even if fate forgives me, society won't. I would kill Moeka, and I think Kuritsu is speaking sense. Well, I mean, like, after I kill her and then I take her phone and undo the D-mail, right? In the end, the world line would just change, and then, like, you know, to a world line that all that hasn't probably happened yet, you know. Yeah, so like, yeah, I guess, like, you know, it's a good choice. As long as you have the time loop machine, you can undo anything, even murder. The result will be that you gain the necessary information without killing anybody. I understand. Just remember one thing. You are responsible for what you do. Wait, everything would have been fine until if you didn't tell me that? Why'd you tell me that, man? Yeah, I don't like the sound of this. I guess that's quite a thing for me to say, huh? After telling you to kill her. I know, right? The FBI listening be like, oh my, I mean, CERN is like, listening to all of our stuff, right? So I'm sure this is already recorded since we mentioned CERN. And I mean CERN has already watching our stuff so far. It's fine. Your advice was truly becoming of a mad scientist. Get it done, Okabe. Bye. She hangs up without another word. Strangely, I find Kuritsu's harsh tone encouraging. Who does she think she is? A general? I manage to smirk as I close my phone. Moeka is still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Kuritsu said. Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live. It is my choice, my responsibility. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kuritsu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. No! Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. The glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. With my other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. I got punched. She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. But at the last moment, I hesitate. Damn, what happened to killing her if I have to? I know we are past the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like an instinct. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck and squeeze. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her leg under my own. I squeeze harder. My finger dig into her throat. Oh god. Yeah. Oh god. I don't know how I feel about this, man. She struggles for breath. I feel her throat moving as she gasps for air. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes. Now, I have your attention. Moeka is under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it will turn into a struggle again. Moeka is hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck? Give me your phone. Moeka weakly shakes her head. If you don't, I will kill you. I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with the time leap machine. It will be the perfect crime, one that never happened. But still, do I really have it in me to murder someone? I don't know, but I have to try. Hand over, or I will kill you. Yeah. No words leave Moeka's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other of openings. We are practically motionless, but our breathing is racked. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I remove my hand from her neck, then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in a guillotine choke. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. I slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this. I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Moeka is readying another headbutt. I put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. Moeka's face twists in pain as she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder. Fuck, man. Moeka writhes in pain. Tears fall from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As her resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moeka's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. Okay, she didn't die. I quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but still she reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I look at the screen. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I clear the text and start typing a new mail, but her phone is different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Startled, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. Just run, man. I quickly run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight onto it so she can't open it from the inside. Nice. Just like a zombie apocalypse. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open up. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have a phone. Now I just need to pretend to be Moeka and send the cancellation email. Moeka's changes to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. The IBM 500 will come back to me. And then we will hack into CERN. Mission complete. Fate won't have Mayuri this time. Victory will be mine. This is Makise. Get ready for an email. Okay, but what's that noise? I'm having a little bit of trouble here. So you didn't kill her. Good job. I tell her Moeka's address. It's ready. And Mayuri? Still here. She's at the Bronte workshop trying to get the manager to turn on the CRT. I thought it's night time already. You didn't tell her anything, did you? About her death? Of course not. Good. Don't hang up yet. I put my phone down and resumed typing into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. Cool. I wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. That's good. In the mail, I write model change. Do it now. Before sold out. Moeka's email said don't change the models. Oh. Model change. Do it now before sold out. Okay. The desire for limited edition, hard to find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder. And now I hear groaning from the other side. That's not what she said, man. You did the wrong thing. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send the email. That's not the message, man. You can check, right? You use her phone to check what message you received. Fuck, man. I'll never forgive you, Moeka. But at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. I press send. Yeah. Oh. It didn't change. It didn't change exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No vertical. No dizziness. Nothing. Reading Steiner didn't activate. What? Why? Why didn't the world line change? Did the phone wave fail to function? I bring my own phone back to my ear. Koetsu is still on the line. Well? Did you send it? Yes, did it work? The discharge is occurring as normal. So it worked, right? Definitely. The world line didn't change. You mean it failed? Why? Consider the possibilities. Maybe the message wasn't enough to persuade Moeka to change models. Could we have sent it to the wrong date? It's July 31st. I'm sure of it. Check when the original email arrived. Maybe her reaction will change if the new one arrives just after that. What a pain! The pounding on the door has ceased. Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. Does she plan to climb out the window and loop around? But we are on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. I should still have some time left. Try sending different messages. If that doesn't work, I'll adjust the timer. You're a lifesaver. What's going on there? Is Mr. Brown freaking out? I can hear him shouting from below. Hashida and Mayuri is trying to calm him down. But who knows how long that will last. I don't think there's much time left. I put my phone into my pocket without hanging up. GG1 rocks. Something change it. But still nothing happens. Change now, your phone is cursed. I make another one, send. Doesn't work, that's not what she sent, man, no good. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside now, she'll probably just attack me. Which reminds me, she's been awfully quiet. What is she doing now? Maybe she really did go out of the window. I look around, I don't see her anywhere. Think, why didn't the email work? Check what she received. Oh my god, man. I wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. It must be the adrenaline. What if Moeka changed the addresses when she got a new phone? I take out my phone. Are you there? Still not working? I tried 2 more times. but nothing. I frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light. Huh? Wait. I take another good look at the phone. Yes, this is the exact phone. Exactly, man. There's something wrong here. What is it? Yes, it's the same phone. Okabe? What's wrong? She didn't change the phone. The whole message was not about changing phone. Gaudi purple. Latest model. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. My eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. I saw this phone when Moeka sent her email, and many times before. She was never without it. It's the same. Nothing has changed. Oh my god, you finally realized. Nothing changed? What? Hey, what? What hasn't changed? Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her email? Moeka's email said don't change models. She should have a different phone when she sent it, but she didn't. It was the same phone I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with. No way. She lied to me. Moeka's email wasn't about her phone. Ayo, it took so long for you to realize, man. So frustrating. I know, right? Oh my fucking god. It's so fucking obvious. Like we have been saying it like for so long already. We've been saying it the first time we fucking realized the IBM 500 was gone, you know. Like that's how long ago was it? Like it was before my release date, before all this stuff. You already know it happened, you know. Oh my god. That explains how it affected the IBM 500. It explains why my cancellation emails aren't working. That sneaky little. The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. I quickly move away from the door. The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp. She's crazy! I suppose I should be thankful she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moeka again and wring the information out of her. Just check her received mail, right? I mean, unless she deleted it, of course. Maybe that's what happened. Both Ferris and Lukako remembered their emails. With prodding, Moeka will remember too. I need that information. Crap. I don't want to go in there. My teeth are chattering. This is pathetic. I thought I won when I snatched her phone. But now my advantage is gone. Okabe? Okabe? Answer me! Christina. What's that pounding? Are you okay? Moeka's email wasn't about a model exchange. What do you mean? She must have changed the text right before we sent it. That's why the cancellation mails aren't working. Did you check her history? It might be still there. I know, right? Her rival history. Oh my god, finally! Oh my god! Kurisu, thank you, Kurisu, oh my god. Of course, even if it's not in her sent history, it should still be in the arrival history. I glare at the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moeka didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the email went. I should have thought of that. Checking now. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Moeka is not a casual phone user. Her mailbox has literally hundreds of entries over the last week, almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have the time to search through each of these mails, even just the subject lines. Not to mention the pounding on the door is freaking me out. Christina, I seem to be in a spot of trouble. If I fail, I'm leaving the rest to you. Don't be ridiculous. If you are in trouble, then get out for... I hang up. Oh god. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. Be right back, fill me in when I'm back. Okay. But when she sees the magnitude of the door's damage, the lady opens her eye in shock and runs back inside. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Moeka could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. So she's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. In any case, I don't have the time to check her email history. I put the phones into my pockets and move to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now, I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. Okabe! Her screech raises hairs all over my body. She's standing in the entrance like a revenant at the gates of hell. I step back. My knees tremble. But then I remember what I'm here to do. I gather my resolve, enter the room, and close the door behind me. The coffee table is still here, by the way. Or at least I try. The door is banded and won't fully close. I give up on locking it. Give it back. Moeka glares at me, shaking with fury. First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command, who would break her own door down just to retrieve her phone. It is too dangerous to let her be. I am stronger. I just need to get her on the ground. There's no time. It's now or never. Crushing my fear, I charge Moeka at full speed. Our bodies collide. Moeka tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. The back of her head hits the floor. Her resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent. I quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. Sounds weird, man. Give it back! Moeka flails her arms and legs wildly. I should have known she wouldn't give up. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Moeka is weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. I start with her left. I grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. A fist flies towards my face. It pops against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hand claws weakly at the air, but it turns out she was reaching for my hair. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free of my scalp. I get a grip on Moeka's face and press her head against the floor. She tries to bite my fingers, so I pull my hand back. I grab the hand that is grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. But she still doesn't let go of my hair. All the while, her feet are pounding against my back. She is also trying to free her left hand. She can't take much more of this. What, you? I instinctively headbutt Moeka with all my strength. The sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Moeka goes limp, an opening finally. I succeed at pinning down both her hands. Ugh. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes gives her an even more demented look. There is an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her. That hurts, you crazy bitch. Yeah. She spits at me. The lukewarm saliva hits my face. Yeah. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Moeka glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain. Eye contact. Good. We are making progress. Moeka breaks eye contact when I mention it. She stares at my pocket. She must have caught a glimpse of purple. Not giving it back. I smile scornfully. I'm not letting you escape into your own little world again. You don't have that right. Give it back. Come and get it. Moeka tries to free her hand. I lean in harder to keep them pinned. My strength and position are superior, so Moeka accomplishes nothing. Next, she struggles to free her body, same result. I clamp my thighs firmly around her hips and hold her down. She occasionally knees me in the back, but I can bear that pain. It is not enough to make me forfeit this position. I can keep this up as long as I have to. Who's going to tire it out at first? Moeka without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm top, so I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned. Why did you take it? Give it back. Give it back. Keep screaming. She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position. I don't care about your phone issues. I don't care about FP. Moeka shakes her head violently. She is just wasting her energy. I maintain position and stare down at Moeka. You don't kill her on this world line. And the world lines where you did have already been erased. But I remember everything you did. Everything that never happened. I'll never forgive you. Forget that you killed Mayuri. I'll never forget you. So, there's no escape for you today. We are gonna stay as long as it takes. Until now, I've always run away from facing Moeka, but I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her email said. So let's be honest with each other, huh? Moeka is still struggling. Give it back! Give it back! Give it back! I'll kill you! I'll fucking kill you! Let me go! I'll tear your fucking eyes out! So you can talk without your phone. I'm impressed. You piece of shit! I'll cut you with a kitchen knife. I'm a mad scientist. Dissection is my specialty. Die! Die! Help! I'm being raped! This woman is out of control. Does she want another headbutt that badly? Oh shit, a knock sounds from the door. Moeka and I both look at the door in surprise. Hello? This is Nishida from next door. Is everything okay? Do you need the police? If not, then could you please keep it down? The walls here are pretty thin. Damn, I didn't think about that. I can't have her calling the police. He's going to kill me! Moeka suddenly screams. No! Stop it! Don't kill me! You bitch! What now? I need to silence Moeka somehow. I can't use either hand. There's only one way. Call the police! No! I press my lips against Moeka's. Oh. No. Oh, you kiss her? Man, that's weird as fuck, man. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. I lock eyes with her as well, trading glares in silence. Hey, yeah, kids these days. I finally hear the neighbor's doorsteps recede. What a relief. Oh, she bites my lip. No. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Moeka's neck. She bit me. When I feel around my lip, with the tip of my tongue, the taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moeka breathes wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes. Don't act like it's your first time. You're older than me, remember? She grimaces and looks away. Her pink lips glisten with saliva. I might find the sight alluring if the situation were different. Moeka turns her face away and looks up, through the open curtains at the bright full moon outside the window. Did she calm down? How much time has passed? It feels like it's already been dozens of hours. But it is still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moeka hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. Oh, what happened? Okay, oh my god, you should try watch that part just now. Like, damn, like her character just breaks so fucking much, man. Anyway, so what happened was I stole her phone and I didn't kill her. Stole her phone, got out. Oh, you saw that part, right? Yeah, found the email, looking for an email, but there are so many emails I just couldn't find it. And then in the end I didn't find it. I mean, probably could have looked better, but you know, I don't know. So he went back inside to ask her, and then like pin her down and all that. There was a rapid fight going on, and then I pinned her down, and then yeah, and then she starts screaming and stuff, and then the neighbor knocked the door and asked if need to call police, and before she said need to call police, I kissed her. But you should look back to that conversation they had. Damn, it was quite dark, and for both of their character, to be honest, even my character, right? Damn, I didn't see this part of my character before. Both my character and her character, right, was just so much different than what they normally are. Yeah, but now I kissed her, silenced her, and the neighbor went away. And apparently she bites my lip really hard, and then I jerk off. I mean like jerk away, not off, for fuck's sake. And then she just like laying down like this, like stare at nothing, stare at the moon or something, and then not say anything and not trying to escape and all that. Yeah, so it feels, I think like 1 or 2 hours passed, somehow nothing happened. That's his first kiss. I know, right? What the hell? Blood for the blood god. What do you mean? Hello, new person here, and this first time I've seen you. Blood for the blood god. You mean Okabe's blood? I don't know, man. She's still alive. Yes, she's still alive. Anyway, what is she looking at? I follow her gaze, but the only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Skulls for the Skull Throne. Okay, I don't quite follow what you're saying here. But welcome to this stream, I guess. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Maybe it's a stress, but it feels like my body is going numb. GG boy, what is you talking about? I know, I don't know what is he talking about too. But cool. And I've been drenched in sweat for a while now. This room has no air conditioning whatsoever. The heat is starting to get to me. I thought I had an overwhelming advantage in this position, but it is harder to maintain than I expected. Not only do I have to keep Moeka pinned, I also have to keep a close eyes on her so she doesn't try anything. Welcome KNSEP. If I pronounce it wrong, please let me know. So I'll call you KNSEP for now. All Moeka has to do is lie there. She can rest and try again whenever she is ready. Will this last all night? At this rate, my strength might give out first. Let us slay some peasants for the corn. I don't quite get it. What you are saying? Is it like related to the Steins plot? Because and maybe I'm not that far ahead to know what you are saying yet. I'm not sure what you're getting at, man. Explaining would be very helpful. Fear mounts. If she escapes, she's going to try to kill me. She must have a gun somewhere, I'm sure. Am I not understanding something? Yeah, I don't understand too. I mean the only thing that's relevant is the blood, I guess. The blood from Okabe's lip for now. I consider calling Koitsu for help, but I can't use either hand, and I don't know what time it is. Damn, it is almost like I'm the one that is trapped. No, stay positive. You can do this. Moeka's dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later, her will to resist should collapse. It is a matter of whose strength will fail at first. Oka Te Okabe Kun Cron/Singe Nudge your reward for your deeds. Okay, are there some god's name? I really don't follow here, man. What are you trying to say? Suddenly Moeka calls my name. What do I have to do? Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's finally given up? This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill. Do you remember sending a D-mail? A D... D what? D-mail. An email that you sent to the past. You sent one to your own phone. You led me to think that it was about a phone model exchange, but you changed the text before you sent it. Finally, Moeka speaks. I know, right? For fuck's sake. Her typing speed is like lightning fast. It would have been easy for her to type a mere 36 characters while Daru and I were preoccupied with the phone wave name subject to change. My freeze is not working. Your freeze? What freeze? Freezer? Your D-mail changed the past. Don't you remember? Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should be possible to make Moeka remember, just like Ferris and Lukako did. Freezer. GG. Good luck, man. I don't know. You do know. You do know. You just haven't remembered yet. Remember. Remember. Or else. Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka. I have another plan to make her remember. The changer of ways will bless your wisdom. Cool. Still don't know what you're getting at, man. Explaining would be very helpful. Moeka turns away again and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, never once taking my eyes off her. Can you explain yourself? Maybe are you spamming? If you are, we might have to ban you. But if you are talking about something interesting, please explain. We are here for chat. If you are feeling like it. I didn't notice before now, but her shirt must have become undone during the struggle. I can see the alluring curves of her collarbone, the skin of her large, pale breasts. Great. A hint of her sexy underwear. Bubbles, blood guts, boil, sizzler from your wounds. The chant of just ignore it, ruin the moment. Okay. Alright, Ken, Sep, unless you explain yourself, we ignore you for now. Dragon Root, if you feel annoyed, please let me know, and if whether or not if I should ban him. Her breast heaved with each painful breath. The base of her neck is stained with the blood from my lip. is dry, like a scab. Normally, Moeka could be mistaken for an elegant, beautiful woman, but now she has large shadows under her eyes. Her skin is rough, her face is pale. She looks more intoxicated than intoxicating. Cool. Her entire body reeks of death. Roger Okabe-kun. Oh, I'm not Okabe-kun. She's clearly insane. This is the real Moeka. I wish I'd realized sooner. I really don't know. If I could remember, I would. Well, ask her how is that related to her stealing the IBM 500. Then we'll get some sort of image of what email she gotten, right? That's what changes in the world line. But I don't remember anything. Moeka's gaze shifts constantly, from me to the ceiling and then to the window, but her slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Well, may something protect me, okay, thank you. Just a little more, her resistance will end. Fine, I'll change the question. You received a strange email about 2 weeks ago. It came from your own number, and it was dated several days in the future. Moeka's eyes open wide. Gotcha. You remember? Good. That was the email. What did it say? If I tell you, I'll return your phone. Fuck you. Fuck you. Wow. Okay. She suddenly curses at me. I won't tell you. Why not? It's my mission. A mission? I recall what Moeka told me on the previous world line. The Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBM 500s. In that case, the IBM 500. She fell into my trap. Her reflexive response was all I needed to see. It was about the IBM 500. How much do you know? I'm asking the questions here. Just answer. I can't. I won't betray FB. So you are choosing FB over your phone? How loyal. But Mayuri's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moeka still hasn't calmed down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. I won't betray Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, why did you do this to me? Mark Zuckerberg! We need to find... Wait, I forgot what's his wife name. Nicole, was it? Something. I need to find the wife. And show Kiryu here that no matter what, FB won't care about you. Because he already has a wife and a kid too. Zuck. She's trying to escape my restraint. She's just twisting her body. Succulent. Nice. Licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. If she won't talk now, then I'll just wait until she will. Is it really that painful to not have your phone? Why are you so dependent on it? I can't talk to people. You are talking right now, aren't you? And when she attacked the lab, she was leading a squad of hardened killers. But Moeka shakes her head violently. If I can't use mail, then I'll be cut off from the world. What? Are you fishing for sympathy? You're just afraid of being abandoned by the rounders, aren't you? No, not the rounders. FB. That's the same thing, isn't it? Then don't say the world. You are the one who killed an innocent girl. You're the one who erased Mayuri from the world. I didn't kill her. Not on this world line, maybe. But on another world line, you came to steal our time machine. You killed her. You killed Mayuri. On the world line, where I integrated Moeka. She told me that Mayuri was expendable. It didn't matter to CERN whether she lived or died. If FB told me to, then yes, I killed her. Finally, peace and quiet. Cool. Not sure what was that just now, right? Some weird stuff. But at least, you know, he wished me, blessed me for his god or something, you know, like, you know, that was nice. Who's FB? Where the hell is he? I asked her the same question back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have backup this time. Moeka's position in the rounders has changed. I can't tell you. Then let me tell you something. Listen good. If you're holding for backup, you can forget it. Nobody is coming to save you. The pain and despair are just going to get worse. And in 4 days, you will kill yourself. Moeka seems startled by this. I go in for the kill. I came here from the future. Using a time machine CERN wants so badly. That's how I know. You kill yourself in this room, all alone. Your precious FB doesn't save you. No one does. Not the rounders, not CERN, and not the committee of 300. Your boss hasn't replied to your mails, has he? You know why? Because you have been abandoned. Moeka's face contorts in despair. Oh my god. We broke her. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know that I'm causing this woman pain. Inside of me, that's fine, man. What pain compares to mine? A voice whispers that it is nothing compared to what she did to Mayuri. That I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. But at the same time, my conscience screams that it is wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they have done. technically they haven't done it yet, so there's that, but you know, I wouldn't feel that Okabe, but Okabe is being quite nice, to be honest. He's a really good person, to be honest. Underneath all this Chunibyo and all this mad scientist shit, you know. Insane mad scientist, my ass. I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite. FB doesn't deserve your loyalty. Please, tell me everything. I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder, but Moeka shakes her head violently. FP wouldn't betray me. FP wouldn't betray me. Then, why do you kill yourself in 4 days? You kill me and make it look like a suicide. I wouldn't need to cover it up if I kill you. I just undo your death with my time machine. When I got here, you were sitting in the corner like a limb wreck, crying about how FB wouldn't answer. Remember? But how many days has it been? How often did FB contact you before? And when did it stop? I keep the questions coming. Need to pile on the pressure. It used to be every day, but it's already been 10 days. 10 days since she got the computer, I guess. 10 days with no contact, correct? Moeka looks up to me with a pleading eyes. I won't betray FP. FP betrayed you. I believe in FP. He threw you away. FP used you. And now your usefulness has ended. FP isn't like that. Then, what sort of person was he? She was gentle to me, like her mother. Oh, it's a she. Okay. I finally had a place I belong. Like a mother? FP is a woman? I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in the movies, but I guess I was wrong. I talked to her about my worries. She always replied right away, like a friend, but gentle, accepting. Have you met her? Moeka shakes her head weakly. Still don't feel bad for her. You haven't met? Even though she's like your mother? Your friend? Well, I don't feel it yet, but I feel it coming. Unfortunately, I think her story is quite sad too, but you know, I will still do what's necessary cause she don't deserve it. Damn, if they had met, then I could have gotten Moeka to lead me to her. Rounders must hide their identities from one another. So you've talked, but you've never met. But you must have wanted to meet her, right? Even if it was against the rule. No. It would ruin everything if she saw The real me. Did she ever say she wanted to meet you? No, never. And I never asked. So no phone calls either. Then Moeka turns away. Then she nods faintly. Didn't you wonder why? Why would such a kind, gentle woman refuse to meet you in person? Was it really just the rules? And why isn't she returning your emails now? Think about it. She was using you. You were tricked. Don't say that. She's not like that. What did her last email say before she stopped contacting you? Leave the IBM 500 at the designated location. The IBM 500? Moeka, you fool! You let your tongue slip! 2 weeks ago, FP told her to leave the IBM 500 at a drop point. That means she already had it in her possession at that time. I recall how Moeka kept bombarding me with questions about the IBM 500. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at Shrine. After that, she sent her email. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the Shrine's storehouse door. The IBM 500 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBM 500. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka. If only I had seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter, but I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face. What was the designated location? The coin locker in front of Daibiru. The coin locker in front of Daibiru. Wait, isn't that where Lukako hit the IBM 500 on the previous wall line? Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBM 500 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with Lukako. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBM 500 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moeka's email. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. Moeka starts crying softly. I sighed deeply and lift myself off Moeka's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. Cool. I take Moeka's phone out of my pocket. I'm using your phone. Moeka slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out of her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. I open Moeka's mailbox and search for the email. Retro PC is at Yellow Shriner. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. 3 emails from Moeka's own phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 4th and received on July 31st. Retro PCs at Shrine. Just as I suspected, Moeka changed her in few seconds, I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail. Okabe? You at the lab? Don't worry me like that, you idiot. What? Were you worried about me? I mean, you set off an obvious dead flag. I'm surprised you're still alive. Where are you now? I'm standing by at the lab. Set up the machine. I'm sending another email. Destination? July 31st, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on the 31st. Do not go. Not shrine. It's a trap. While Kuritsu calculates the hours, I type the mail. It says, do not go. Not shrine. It's a trap. I address the mail to the phone with name subject to change. Okay, all set. Alright. Activated. Activated. I press the send button. Let me save it here real quick, just for the sake of it. I press the send button. The mail starts sending. It's not working. Reading Steins should activate, this time for sure. I brace myself for the incoming vertical. What? Nothing. Why won't it change? Another mistake? No, there's no way. I know what Moeka's message said. This email should have cancelled it. Why isn't it working? What the hell is wrong this time? What did the first email say? That the IBM 500 was at Yellow Shrine. I tried to cancel it by telling her it's a trap, but it didn't work. I'll try to phrase it differently. Wait, we went through this with the Lotto 6 experiment, remember? The Lotto 6 experiment. I sent myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Lukako. The person who reads the email chooses whether or not to act accordingly. Kiryu learned that the IBM 500 was at the shrine. Though the cancellation mail came right afterward, I guess she ignored it and went anyway. Maybe she didn't believe the cancellation mail. Or maybe she was too diligent. She was so diligent she decided to check it out, even when told not to. I glance at Moeka. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening. Damn. Even when told it was too risky to go to the shrine, she went anyway. We need a more persuasive message. Something that will prevent her from going to the shrine. Like what? That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Or should we consider other possibilities? What if I send an email to myself on the 30th? Could I beat her to the IBM 500? Were you even interested in the IBM 500 then? When did I start caring about the IBM 500? I can't remember. Fine, that's out. So how do I convince Moeka to listen? At that moment, an electrical shock runs through my brain. Two initials. FB. What? Moeka's handler. She's obsessed with FB. If the mail comes from FB, she'll do whatever it says. Do you have Epi's phone? No, they haven't met. We don't know where FP is. Then there's nothing we can do. Give me a little time. Gonna make me wake again? Well, I've been pulling all-nighters recently, so whatever. Thank you, Kuritsu. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? Well, she'll be angry if she learned that my first kiss went to Moeka instead of her. So even after prying answers out of Moeka, there is still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting into my way. Alright, to break out this world line, I need FB's identity and location. I call Moeka's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone onto her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression. Looks like we are searching for FB now. Moeka grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can. How exactly did you become a rounder? Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here to talk with the woman who killed Mayuri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moeka retrieves her glasses and puts them back on. 4 years ago, I tried to kill myself. Her voice is barely audible. Is a barely audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she is not talking by mail. I had no hope. I wanted to get away from everything. Why? No big reason. Her expression is blank, lifeless, like always. But behind her glasses, the eyes are red from crying. They are the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face. Little things, lots of little things, piled up. I've always been like this. In your family? Moeka shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter. I locked myself in my room and overdosed on sleeping pills. But I didn't die. Afterwards, I got a mail. Recruiting rounders, it said. It was sent to hundreds of people, not just me. Isn't that spam? Do rounders really recruit like that? It's not, it's targeted. Nothing mattered anymore. So on a whim, I replied. And then, FB contacted me. Ever since, I followed FB's orders. Were you always stationed in Akiba? Moeka shakes her head. Until 3 months ago, I was in Nagoya. Before that, Yokohama. Before that... The Rounder's chief duty is to acquire IBM 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan, digging up info on retro PCs. How many IBM 500s have you found so far? Not even one. See, it's targeted, man. No results? It sounds like Sun is spending a lot of effort for not much return. I sighed deeply once again. So, what now? Are you going to sit here, wallowing in despair, until you kill yourself 4 days from now? Or do you want to rebel against fate? Rebel? Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This world line has already approved her death. She is in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I know that, and yet I ask the question. FB used you and threw you away. Accept it. And then ask yourself what you are going to do about it. Moeka looks down. Even if FB did use me, that was the only place I belonged. That was the first time in my entire life that I was needed. What about Mayuri? What about us? We need you. FB gave me purpose. To protect that purpose. To protect FB. I would do anything. You're beyond hope. I stand up. Drown in your dependence for all I care. Your death has already been decided. But I won't let fate have his way. I am rebelling to the end. No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. Ask for her help, man. It's midnight and Akiba is practically empty. The silence is eerie. There is no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBM 500 size, it couldn't fit in the regular size lockers. She must have put one of the 3 large lockers on the rack. The light's on. The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBM 500 inside? My heart starts pounding in my chest. I feel my face grow hot with excitement. We have been apart for far too long, my partner. But now, only a thin locker door separates us. Is this what love feels like? Let's not go crazy. I force myself to consider the situation calmly. Is the IBM 500 really inside? I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moeka which locker she used. Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? If the IBM 500 is really inside, and I steal it, what will happen to the world line? I have yet to cancel all the D-mails, which I thought was the only way to restore the original world line. But now the IBM 500 is so close. Why can't I just reach out and take it? I know how to cancel Moeka's D-mail, so I can always do that if this doesn't work. Let's try it, just to make sure. First, I make a quick visit to the lab. Ignoring the complaints of the lab ma'ams who stayed awake in the lab all night, I retrieve a makeshift crowbar from the development room. Then I return to the lockers and thrust the pointer tip of the crowbar into the crack of the door. GG. Yeah. Just as I begin to pry, a shrill siren shatters the night. I look up to see red lights of patrol car coming this way. Their timing couldn't be worse. GG. Oh, okay. Fuck. I got caught. GG. The police released me after about 30 minutes of scolding. I returned to the coin locker and tried to pry it open again. Fuck's sake, man. Immediately, another patrol car reappears. This time, they take me to the police station. Fuck's sake, man. GG. I know, right? What the fuck? I'm stuck in an interrogation room all night, getting preached to by the policeman. I conclude that this is another effect of the attractor field convergence. No matter what I do, I cannot obtain the IBM 500 on this raw line. That is what fate has decreed. I get the police to call my father and they finally release me. They didn't go as far as to arrest me, but the policeman as well as my father scold me harshly. I act apologetic, but in actuality their words fall on deaf ears. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moeka's apartment. I tried calling her. I took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick up at all. Before I get there, I sent a mail to Daru asking him to check if the coin locker is still occupied. The door to Moeka's apartment is unlocked. I find Moeka hugging her knees in the corner, just like she was when I first found her. You put the IBM 500 in the bottom right locker, correct? How? Out of all the locker, only 3 could hold the IBM 500. Out of all those 3, only the bottom one was in use. Daru, found it, checked. The big locker on the lower right is in use. What's this about us? What's this about anyway? Don't make me your errand boy so early in the morning, fool! Daru angry. Cool. If that's the one you used, then FB hasn't picked it up just yet. Do you know what that means? Moeka frowns. It means if we stake out the locker, you'll get to meet FB. Ah. It hadn't occurred to you? Some secret agent you are. I'm headed there now. You coming? What will you do if you meet her? Borrow her phone. That's the best way to prevent Moeka from going to the Lower Shrine. I can't meet her. I'm too afraid. The real me could never live up to her expectations. How about you give me the key? I use the IBM 500 now and save the world. Save my Yuri? Isn't that a better idea, man? Oh my god. Something tells me her expectations were never that high to begin with. Moeka's face contorts again. I'm being blunt, not only because Moeka is Mayuri's murderer, but also because Moeka's weakness is starting to get on my nerves. Actually, now that I've seen like her weakness, right, I think what we should do is actually like prey on it, you know, like instead of like being so blunt and stuff, we need to play into her, because the way she is now is she's abandoned by her savior, right? Then that means she needs another savior, which is future gadget laboratory. So we should have, you know, bring in a hand and then like help her so that she will help us in return, you know. But I guess my character is quite angry. Just like Daru's mail said, the locker is still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. No crowbars this time. I don't feel like getting arrested. I head across the street to Daibiru, hike behind one of its humongous pillars, and begin the stakeout. My legs are getting tired. I was going to borrow Mayuri's portable game console, but I decided I didn't need the distraction. Still, it is pretty tough to keep standing like this. I also need to stay inconspicuous. Someone might notice if they see me standing in the same place for hours. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. I mean, I guess there's not much to worry about that. I've already been here for 7 hours without incident. My legs are numb, so I squat and lean against the pillar. So hungry. I'd love to go get some food, but I can't take my eyes off the locker. Just then, somebody taps me on the shoulder. FB? I try to leap to my feet, but my legs get tangled and I fall over. Moeka is standing there, looking down at me with those glassy eyes. What are you doing here? I'll keep watch too. Is that okay? Why the change of heart? I stand up and dust off my clothes. You were comfortable with a male-only relationship, weren't you? I thought you wanted to maintain that distance. So what made you decide to risk a meeting? At this rate. Moeka puts her head on her knees. She looks like ready to cry. I've seen that expression once before, in her moonlit apartment. If I lose contact with FB, I'll lose my connection to the world. Moeka nods faintly. You can't bear to be alone yourself, yet you'd end an innocent girl's life because some person you've never met told you to. A cultist, that's what you are. And her cult leader, FB, abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. It pisses me off. FB's cruelty, Moeka's weakness. I can't decide which I hate more. Then Moeka nervously brings out a convenience store bag. What's this? Instead of answering, Moeka looks away. I look inside. Whoa! Milk and bean buns! Exactly what you need on a stakeout. There's enough for two. You brought this for me? Moeka nods. Very well. You may join the stakeout. Now we can take turns watching. And we'll also look less suspicious to passerbys. The night draws on. Still no sign of FP. We nap in 1 hour shifts, but it doesn't help the exhaustion. On top of that, I don't have anyone to talk to. Moeka can't keep a conversation going, so there's nothing I can do to stave off the boredom. I went back to the lab to shower just before the dawn, but Kuritsu, who was working an all-nighter on the time-leap machine, just glared at me. The wait finally ends at just after 1 p.m. on the 30th. Someone comes to open the lower right locker. We watch from behind the pillar. It is a nondescript middle-aged man. He is dressed in a new suit, but it hangs rather poorly on him, as if he's not used to wearing it. Is that FB? Moeka shakes her head firmly. FB is a woman. So, maybe she hired someone to pick it up. Or maybe it could be someone from the locker company here to clear it after weeks overdue. That would make us all idiots, Moeka, FB, and me. The man has the key to the locker. He pays the late fee with 100 yen coins, then removes the cardboard box with the IBM 500 inside. The man thought ahead and brought a pushcart. He puts the IBM 500 onto the pushcart with a bit of effort, then begins walking away. Follow him. The man heads straight for Akihabara Station. Strangely enough, he walks up to an overweight man standing in front of the ticket machine. The overweight man is wearing a t-shirt and has all the signs of an otaku. He doesn't seem to have anything in common with the first guy, who looks like an average salaryman. They transfer the IBM 500 into the overweight man's suitcase. After they exchange a few words, the overweight man enters the station alone. Then the guy in suit leaves. Weird. What was the purpose of that transfer? Is the overweight man FB, or he's just another link of some kind of a chain? At any rate, if we keep following the IBM 500, we should reach FB eventually. We enter the station. The overweight man boards the Yamanote line. We board the next car to keep watch through the connecting doors. It is a weekday afternoon, so there aren't many passengers. 30 minutes later, we arrive at Shinjuku Station. Here, the train sees a sharp increase in passenger traffic. He's getting off. Moeka pulls my sleeve. The overweight man has slipped into the stream of departing passengers. He's about to exit onto the platform. We follow him, but due to our slow reaction, we have pushed our way through the boarding passengers. The train door closes, and it slowly departs. The man starts walking towards the exit. Shinjuku is crowded, so we have to follow close behind him or we will lose him. But then I stop in my tracks. What? The man is empty-handed. Oh my god, man, what's this spy movie shit, man? His suitcase is missing. What? For a second, I think we followed the wrong man. But no, it's definitely him. We watched him the whole time he was on the train. There's no doubt he had a suitcase when the train arrived in Shinjuku. Could he have passed it to someone else in this crowd? Clever. Well, this is the spy movie shit my Chunibyo character always dreamed of having. They know how to lose a tail. Oh, I timely back. Why didn't you describe with Moeka? Oh, okay. Oh, we tried this one again. I return to the lab and leap an hour back. I find myself inside the train. I know it's bad manners to use my phone on the train, but this is an emergency. According to the train's display, we are about to leave Otsuka for Ikebukuro, 3 stops to Shinjuku. Moeka is next to me, acting inconspicuous. I peek at the overweight man in the next car. They'll make their move at Shinjuku. Huh? That guy is gonna get off, but he actually hands the package to someone else. He got us good just now. Just now? Doesn't look like Moeka's caught on yet. I just time leaped from an hour in the future. Time leaped? Moeka's eyes widen. The train arrives at Shinjuku on schedule. Just to make sure, I'll have Moeka follow the man when he gets off. But before the doors open, I stealthily move to his car. He still has the suitcase with the IBM 500. Now arrive at Shinjuku Station. Now arriving at Shinjuku Station. The doors open and the passengers spool out. The overweight man leaves too, just like last time. However, why does Moeka work with you? Oh, you weren't there just now? I don't know, she just had a change of mind, I guess. I mean, we did convince her that, FP was using her and all that. I knew it! He leaves the suitcase on the train, and now passengers from Shinjuku board. Someone walks up to the abandoned suitcase. It is a woman in her 30s pushing a baby stroller. There is no baby. The woman casually loads the suitcase into her stroller and sits down. After witnessing that scene, I return to the neighboring car. I need to be careful. These guys are serious about avoiding pursuit. The train starts moving. I contact Moeka so we can regroup later. After that incident, the package swaps couriers like a hot potato, snacking around the tracks that run through Tokyo like a web. Whenever they give me the slip, I time slip and resume the chase. Finally, the courier and package get aboard the Hibiya line and return to Akihabara Station, where it all began. I recognize the last courier. He is one of the men who raided the lab with Moeka. Dark-skinned, crew-cut, the one who hit me with his gun. The man easily carries the 25-kilo package out of the station. We follow. The car honks his horn. Moeka and I immediately hide. Peering out from the cover, we see a white flatbed parked in front of the station. A muscular man hops out of the driver's seat. What? What is this? What is this, man? Why did you betray me like that? Why did you betray Suzuha like that? I know that face. No, it can't be. I desperately try to organize my thoughts. That's Tennoji Yugo, owner of the Braun Tube Workshop. Mr. Braun. Why? Why is he here? Does this mean he's connected to FP? To the Rounders? Was the Braun Tube Workshop just a front for CERN? Is that how he could afford to keep it open? What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's working for the enemy, then... I shiver at the thought. Stop, let's not rush to conclusions. He might just be another courier. We watch from a distance. Tennoji takes the suitcase from the crew-cut man and loads it into the back seat of his car. Then he gets into the car alone and takes off towards Showa Dori. I stare after it in disbelief. I time leap several hours to before the first man arrived at the coin locker. Then I explain the situation to Moeka. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Starbucks, we rent a car. I don't have the license, so Moeka is driving. We go to the street in front of the roundabout. facing Showadori, and parked near Yodobashi camera. Now we wait. Nervous? You look terrified. How long have you been driving? First time. What? This is your first time? Oh, come on. Just don't crash, man. I was surprised Moeka had a license in the first place. Apparently, FB told her it would come in handy for her rounder work. I have Moeka wait in the car while I keep a lookout on the roundabout. Wait a minute. Now that store manager Mr. Braun is involved, right? Maybe Mr. Braun is the person who used the time machine when I saw it when I saw it when I was there, you know, last time. The time machine turned on without me. The white station's wagon already stopped there. From this distance, I can clearly see Tennoji in the driver's seat. Nobody else is riding. The crew cut guy should arrive just after 5 p.m. As expected, the crew cut man arrives right on time, effortlessly dragging the suitcase behind him. It feels weird seeing the exact same scene from a different angle. I hurry back to the car, where Moeka is waiting. He's coming. The station wagon rolls past us. It takes a left turn at Showadori intersection, towards Okachimachi. Moeka smoothly sets the car in motion. Finally, we arrive at Tennoji's house in Okachimachi. This is the house where Suzuha lived. Her rusty old mountain bike is still sitting out front. Tennoji brings the IBM 500 inside. We stop a little farther down the road and keep watch. What does this mean? Where is FB? Maybe FB is the kid. The question is, why did he bring it inside? Is he just holding on to it? Or is he FB? Does he know FB? Moeka insists that FB is a woman, so maybe it is Tennoji's wife, whom I've never met. I have Moeka show me one of FB's mails. Sorry about not being useful. M4, it's true that you're not very good with people, but I think that's just part of what makes you unique and special. Besides, you have no trouble talking to me, do you? Honestly, M4, there's nobody else who works as hard as you do. I'm very thankful for that. I'm glad you joined the Rounders, even if nobody else values you. I'll always look out for you. Feel free to email me whenever you like. Oh yes, since you are finally in Nagoya, you should try some of the local delicacy. It is not good for your health to keep eating convenience store food. Or do you not like miso, Mifo? In any case, a girl your age needs to eat better. I recommend the firm miso stew. Your next mission is to go to Akihabara in Tokyo, so find an apartment by next week. I deposited a special bonus in your account, so feel free to use it. Talk to you soon. Your mother, FB. She's kept a lot of mails archived like this one. M4 is my code name. FB gave it to me. Moeka's a mailing machine. She sent FB nearly 10 mails a day, but FB replied to every single one. You'd have to be a saint to reply to all those emails. No wonder Moeka was so dependent on FB. So, time for another stakeout. I have Taro set up a wireless infrared camera on the telephone pole down the street. We park a couple blocks away and watch the video feed. The next day, Tennoji goes on his mope like usual. He returns after sunset. There's no sign of his daughter, Nae, or his wife. That's unsettling. Something finally happens on early Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., 6 people showed up at Tennoji's house. It's them! It's dark, but I recognize them. They are the rounders who raided the lab with Moeka. Moeka doesn't show much of a reaction. I thought she knew them. I asked, but she says she never met them before. It looks like on these road lines Moeka has been cut off completely. Were they done with her once she found them an IBM 500? Tennoji comes out and loads the IBM 500 into the station wagon. Then the 6 men get in and drive away. Tennoji sees them off, then goes back inside his house. What now? I don't know how to feel about this, man. I thought Tennoji was just an innocent person, you know, just like, you know, there for the comical relief and stuff. But now, I don't really see him as he is. What? What did you miss? What's the last thing you remember? Him? Yeah, we followed the locker and then it went from hand to hand, and in the end, it went to, yeah, the Mr. Braun. Yeah, so I'm like, and then we stake out his house for a day, I think, and then in the midnight, the rounders, the people who attacked us before, came and took the computer from him. He didn't say anything, and it says that we didn't saw any sign of his daughter or his wife, so that's a bit unsettling. I hope he's just, you know, a gear in this situation. Like, it doesn't matter if it is, you know, it doesn't matter if we found out or not, you know. Yeah, I hope he's a good person, because he seems good, and I really hate the feeling of him betraying Suzuha like that, you know. I'm interested in Tennoji's story, but the IBM 500 will lead us to FB. We decide to follow the station wagon. The pursuit ends in Narita International Airport. The 6 men, IBM 500 in tow, board a plane headed for France. France, CERN's home country. What does this mean? Tennoji's wife might be FB. Since there's been no sign of FB this far, she must be an extremely cautious individual. But the evidence suggests only one possibility. On World Line Alpha 1, Moeka's men attacked the night the time-leap machine was completed. Their timing was perfect. GG. Yeah. It makes sense if you assume that Tennoji is closely linked to FB. He was right downstairs the whole time we were discussing our plans. FB knew exactly what we were up to. We were dancing to her tune all along. When we get back to Akiba, Moeka and I start walking towards Tennoji's house. But on the way, we get an angry call from Kuritsu demanding an update, so I decided to take care of that first. Got a mail. Mayuri. Orion. I saw Orion last night. It was really pretty. I hope you were looking up at the same time. Because then it would be like we were close by, even if we are really far away. Stars are romantic if you think like that, aren't they? Yeah, I saw it too. First night in a while I've had time to look at the stars. I don't think it was Orion. That's a winter constellation. Cool. Oh, that was from Mayuri, by the way. Anyway, let's talk to Kurisu. Kurisu sighs when she sees me. I thought I asked you to keep me posted. I've been busy. Busy, right. Kurisu glances at Moeka. Were you worried about me? Of course not. Why should I care what you're up to? It's just Mayuri was really worried. I just don't want to see her sad. Story time. I bought a minion toy for my co-worker, but at the same time she was in another state. I was meaning to meet up with her, and in the end of the plushie is still with me, and COVID happens. GG. That's sad. And I think it will remain with you for quite a while, you know, unfortunately. So at least give her a call, okay? Now that she mentions it, it feels like I haven't talked to Mayuri in forever. I'm doing this to save Mayuri. Can I call her now? Of course not. I'm close to discovering our true enemy. Our enemy? But... Kurisu glances at Moeka again. Moeka is completely expressionless. She's likely kicking the dirt in boredom. She hasn't used her phone once since we began the search for FB. Isn't she our enemy? She is an enemy, but we are cooperating in order to uncover the truth. Isn't she the one who killed Mayuri? Yes. However, Moeka is just a pawn, and one that no longer poses a threat. To save Mayuri, I need to capture the king. Well, the king's cell phone. Whatever. So, where are you going now? Take me with you. Have you gone mad? In assistant mind? I'm perfectly sane, and I'm not your assistant. It could be dangerous. Kurisu falters for a moment, but quickly tightens her expression. Do I die today? I've experienced the future, so I know who dies today. No, you don't die. Then there's no problem. This roll line has essentially guaranteed my survival. Right, Kurisu doesn't die today. Neither does Mayuri. The only person who dies today is Kiryu Moeka. This afternoon, she kills herself. I've already told Moeka her fate, but in spite of that, Moeka doesn't seem upset. At least on the surface, she's expressionless as always. The only difference is that she's not checking her phone as often. But Moeka is not a strong woman. Beneath that expressionless mask, is she struggling against the fear of death? I decide to confront Tennoji directly. I have Kurisu stand guard outside of the house while Moeka and I go inside. Not that we are planning to break in, we ring the doorbell like honest citizens. Tennoji soon opens the door and invites us into the living room. The divergence meter is sitting in its usual spot. I glance at the numbers. 0.523307%. There's still a long way to go before I reach 1%. How much more of this can I take? Make yourself at home! Can't believe he betrays it like this. Betrays us like that. Is it really him? I really don't want to believe that, you know. He is like all like ganged up and stuff, but you know, he feels really nice, you know, to us and stuff. It's just after dawn, much too early for guests, but Tennoji welcomes us with a smile. He even starts preparing some instant coffee. You're an early riser, Mr. Brown. Yeah, gotta see my little girl off to school. I know it's summer break, but habits die hard. Is your daughter still asleep? Hey, you're thinking of something while she's sleeping? Touch her, I'll break your head. Got it? Don't worry. I'm more interested in his wife. There's still no sign of her. Is she asleep too? Or could she be hiding somewhere? I'd like to do a thorough search of the house. But of course that's impossible. But then there's what he said just now about seeing Naya off to school. That sounded like something a single father would say. I suspected that FP was Tennoji's wife, but they may have been a mistake. Maybe Tennoji's is just another courier after all. Maybe he doesn't even know about FP. There's a possibility that FP might not even be in Akiba. I need answers, but how do I get them? Moeka is just staring at the floor. I can't count on her for any bright ideas. And whether or not Tennoji's wife is FP, I don't think this man will fall for any tricks. I decided to go for the direct approach. A few hours ago, 6 men stopped by this house to pick up a package, which they can then deliver it to France. You were there. I saw you. This time Tennoji doesn't give me his usual macho attitude. He just smiles softly. And? The package contained an IBN 500. You know what that is, of course. Yeah, the legendary retro PC. This is too easy. He's never this cooperative. Are you just another courier? Or are you a rounder? Instead of answering my question, Tennoji looks straight at Moeka. I'm disappointed in you, man. I'm so fucking disappointed in you. Oh wait, is this why Suzuha gave the computer to Rumiho's father instead of him? Is that why? Because Suzuha knows? Did you betray us, M4? Moeka jerks upright. Moeka is M4's code name, something only FP should know. No. Are you FP? Tennoji laughs once, a dry sound. Ever heard of Ferdinand Brown? Moeka and I look at each other, confused by the sudden change of topic. Come on, he was the Nobel Prize winning physicist who invented the Brown tube. Tennoji has a thing for Brown tubes, I know that. But what does that have to do with anything? Ferdinand Brown. Initials? Ah. FP. Oh my fucking god. Now you get it. Didn't expect from you, man. I'm so disappointed in you, man. You are the person that Suzuha believes when he came back in time, and you betray her like that. Disappointed. Technology casually produces a handgun. The motion is so smooth and natural that I don't even recognize it as a gun at first. Its heavy form gives off a chilling black luster. The muzzle is pointed at Moeka. What? Moeka and I are unarmed. We didn't plan for this. How could we have? We thought FP was Tennoji's wife, not the man himself. Let me ask you one thing. Your wife. She died having Nae. Why? I cursed silently. No wonder I've never seen her. She's been dead for years. Tennoji is FP. No, that can't be. I thought I was your world, M4. Now you're running away? Keeping his gun trained on Moeka, the man I knew as Mr. Brown laughs scornfully. We are at an overwhelming disadvantage. I was a fool to believe this direct approach would work. Now my recklessness is going to get us both killed. No, not both of us. I don't die here. I'm here because I time leaped on the 16th. The fact is written on the fabric of this world line. So if the attractor field model is right, I can't possibly die now on the morning of the 15th. My survival is guaranteed by the same force that keeps killing my Ri. However, Moeka has no such protection. She dies today, it doesn't matter how. She could easily die now, right before my eyes. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. It doesn't matter. My goal is to obtain FP's cell phone and send a D-mail to Moeka in the past. That's the reason I'm here. In any case, I mustn't let his handgun scare me. There's no turning back now. All I can do is stay on the offensive. So, you are around there. Sun's dog. Their dog? Yeah, you ain't wrong. Tennoji is like a different person today. He's composed. He doesn't get angry, even when I provoked him. You wouldn't expect a man with a gun to be so calm. Is this who he really is? Was the gruff but good-natured storekeeper was just an act? If you shoot, you'll wake up your daughter. So what? Do your daughter want to see you commit murder? My little girl is smart as a button. She'll understand. I grind my teeth. I can't believe you're around there. You! Of all people! Hashida Suzu didn't give you a home, so you can turn it into a safe house of CERN! Tennoji's smile stifles for a second, but then he slaps his knees and laughs. You knew Suzu-san? You should have said something. Tennoji and I haven't spoken about Suzuha on this world line. Anyway, what gives you the right to speak for her, huh? She died 10 years ago. You were what, 8? How do you know? How did she feel? She told me. I glare at Tennoji. The anger and frustration are overwhelming. She was here, in this time, not 5 days ago. I'll bring it to you here in Akihabara. That's my duty, and I'll see it through. The rest is up to you. Hi, Suzuha, our old friend. Change the future, please. I still remember her words vividly. Although it feels like it has been forever since she spoke them, in objective time, it was just a few days ago. She was right there, and you never knew it. Hashida Suzu. No. Amane Suzu was a time traveler. She came from the future to stop Stern. What? You never noticed, FB? The woman who saved your life came from the year 2036. She was one of us. A lab member. The daughter of Hashida Hitaru. Suzuha hated CERN. And here you are. A man who owes her everything. Doing their dirty work. Is this how you honor Suzuha's memory? Stop making shit up. Tennoji thrusts his gun at me. I barely managed to keep from flinching. How did you turn out this way? Fuck you. It's complicated. Complicated. Is that supposed to be an excuse? Are you really FB? Moeka looks completely lost. Tennoji sighs and lowers his gun. Yeah, I am. The mails. I wrote them. Why did I pretend to be a woman? Camouflage, obviously. I had to hide my identity. The internet's full of guys pretending to be girls. I gotta say though, Info, you sent too goddamn much email. Too much goddamn email. Who has time for that shit? You better be grateful I bothered to reply. Nah, man. No. FP was like a mother to me. I'd do anything for FP. That was the point. It is easy to manipulate nutjobs like you. Just gotta give them something to cling to. Enough! I approach Tennoji, but freeze once he points his gun at me once again. Why did you stop emailing me? Huh? Alright. Your usefulness ended the second you dropped off that IBM 500. I'm useless. It was obvious. I've been telling her this whole time that FB abandoned her. I guess it wasn't real to her until she heard it from FB's own mouth. Recruiting members directly is bad for secrecy, but the rounders make up for it by choosing expendable assets with nowhere else to go. Now I feel bad for her. Any member who finds an IBM 500 is eliminated. No exception. What? What is he saying? That way, CERN gets to keep their secrets. Plus, have a cheap army of outcasts like us. FB. We are all expendables. Every last one of us. It sucks, and it sucks, let me tell you. Without dropping his smile, Tennoji takes his gun. As soon as our job is done, they get rid of us. Guess that makes us cattle, not dogs. Help me, man, then. Help me, we can save this, you know? And presses it against the side of his head. Disobey orders, and they go after your family. I can't let them touch my little girl, can I? Wait, don't! Sorry for everything, Suzu-san. Really? How did I turn out this way? Wow. I mean, like, looking back, like, everything, right? Damn, I didn't see this at all, man. This is quite a big plot twist. Damn. I knew Moeka's story would be a lot, but I didn't imagine it would be this much. He pulls the trigger. What? Why? Brains splatter against the wall. Tennoji's massive body drops to the floor and sprawls out, motionless. Cool, he's dead. But oh wait, now I can use his phone, right? Goodbye, old man. I can use his phone, at least. A dark red stain begins to spread over the tatami mats. He's dead. Tennoji is dead. No, why? It's over, and I still don't understand what happened. What about Moeka? What about her? Would he have killed himself even if we hadn't confronted him? Was his death too the will of fate? GG Facebook died. Damn. What about Moeka? Maybe Moeka will die later. I don't know. Tennoji had completed his mission. Maybe he chose to eliminate himself rather than face Stern's assassins. You fool. Well, at least now we can use his phone, I guess. I bite down hard on my lip. I pound my fist against the floor. You left your daughter alone. He meant to protect her with his sacrifice. But what is Nae supposed to do now? How could you die? With a smile. All-rounders are expendable, he said. Does that mean FP was just another pawn? Is that how CERN operates? That's insanity. This can't be real. Nae, is she still asleep in the next room, blissfully unaware of her father's suicide? How do I explain this to her? Should I run? Again, strictly speaking, my purpose is to obtain FP's phone. Once I send a email and change the world line, all of this will be undone. That's what I thought. His daughter gonna be caught up with CERN too. What do you mean? Caught up? Well, I mean, like, if the daughter lost the father, right, then the daughter will become just another expendable. Just what CERN needs. Well, you know. I can run like a coward, and no one will know. I'll know. I timidly slide open the door to Nae's bedroom. It looks like you'd expect. There's a red backpack hanging next to the desk, and there's a futon laid out on the floor. Obviously she's gonna be Moeka. She's gonna have to deal with Stern too, as well, so GG. Yeah, what I meant, be an expendable. But Naya isn't here. The window is open. The lace curtains are waving, as if to invite the fresh morning breeze inside. She's gone? Where did she go? No, don't tell me Stern kidnapped her. I don't even know if she was here when we arrived. None of this makes sense. This isn't the world I know. His phone. I need Tennoji's phone. I'm relieved Naya isn't here. I don't have to tell her about her father's death. I find Tennoji's phone in his pants pocket. I was ready to kill him for it if I have to. I never thought he would kill himself. And now I'm looting his dead body like a hyena scavenging for scraps of meat. I make myself want to puke. I leave as soon as I have the phone, dragging the catatonic Moeka with me. We regroup with Kuritsu, who was worried sick, waiting outside, and hailed a taxi. I wish we hadn't spent so much time parked near Tennoji's house. Once the body is found, the police might trace the rental car back to us. Maybe we should have reported it first, but I'd rather not to have answered any questions. Oh yeah, congrats on 7 subscribers. Cool, thanks. I don't know who's the new subscriber. If he or she is watching this stream, you know, I'd like to thank you for subscribe. It happens 2 days ago. I forgot. Yeah, but it's a Chinese name. The 向流星許願之地. Yeah, so 如果你係睇緊呢個 stream 嘅話，多謝你嘅 subscribe 啊。So 得閒嚟吹下水啊，同我哋。Anyway, yeah, so yeah, pretty cool stuff. But you know, hopefully this person will join the stream and chat with us someday, you know. Cool stuff. Besides, soon none of this will have happened. So the manager was FB. First we take Moeka back to her apartment. There I explained to Kuritsu what happened. Chat with a stranger. Yeah. Moeka didn't say a word on the way back. Now she is sitting on the floor by the entrance, staring off into space. Let's be friends. Cool. Yeah. It must have been quite a shock to hear Tennoji's FB's confession. The one person she trusted betrayed her. She may never recover. But were Tennoji's actions really a betrayal? I'm not quite convinced. Something felt off back there. Rounders who complete their mission are eliminated. No exceptions. That's what FB said. But in that case, why wasn't Moeka killed? Is FB trying to save her?
No.
Hey, Moeka. It's possible that FB did what he did so you could live. Maybe he didn't abandon you. Maybe by pushing you away, he was trying to keep you safe. This may be just wishful thinking. We'll never know FB's true intentions. But I want to believe that Tennoji did care for her. That there was a place for Moeka somewhere. What am I doing? Why am I trying to comfort Moeka? Maybe I'm just soft. Okabe, we need to send the D-mail now. Guitsu's expression is grave. Miss this chance, and you could be in a lot of trouble. Guitsu had the same thought as me. Your goal is to save Mayuri, not to take revenge on CERN, right? I don't want anyone else to be hurt because of the time machine we built. Yeah, you're right. FP's phone is in my possession. There's no longer any reason to stay on this road line. It is only a matter of time until the police come looking for us. I should send the D-mail immediately. When I do, the present will be reconstructed. Tennoji will still be alive, and Moeka will still be in contact with FP. And at last, the IBM 500 will return to me. I just need to think about saving Mayuri, and all will be well. Let's save this real quick. Just make sure, anything went wrong, we can come back to here. Do you think Daru is still in the lab? I'll try calling. I will send the same message I tried to send earlier from Moeka's phone. Only this time, it will be from FP's phone. When Moeka sees it, she'll believe it to be an order from FP. Knowing her dependence on FP, she will obey without question. Makes me sick to be taking advantage of Moeka's vulnerabilities like that. How am I any different from FP? He said he will be there in 5 minutes. So we just wait until then. By the way, something weird happened back there. What? After closing her phone, Guitsu glances at Moeka and lowers her voice. While I was waiting outside, I heard a gunshot. And right after that, I saw her. Her who? I asked, even though I already know the answer. There's only one person it could be. Nae-chan. She ran out the back door. When I called her to stop, our eyes met. Guitsu bites her lip, as if fighting an unpleasant memory. It happened right after she heard the gunshot. If that's true, then Nae saw her father die. She saw her father die and ran away. What? Oh fuck. There's a knock on the door. Someone's here. Who? Moeka, who had been squatting by the entrance, slowly lifts her head. This is wrong. The timing is too perfect. Today, Kiryu Moeka dies. This road line has already approved that fate. Has it come for her already? So Nae is a killer. Nae is a CERN agent. Moeka reaches for the doorknob. Wait, don't! I try to stop her, but too late. Moeka is already turning the doorknob. The door opens slowly, and there stands. Hi. You're way too calm for this, man. Who the fuck are you? An innocent greeting. A child's voice. Familiar. How did she find this place? How did she get here? How did she come here? She ran away. Our eyes met. Right after I heard the gunshot. Wow. Here. Nae steps up to Moeka. Moeka's body blocks my view. The next instant, Moeka drops to her knees like a string-cut puppet. Aha! An innocent laugh. Ahahaha! Hands dyed with blood. I told you Nae is stern. Hard to believe, man. A cleaver in her hand. Remember I said, yeah, when she put Mayuri off the train track, right? No way. Yes way. Nae's lips twist into a victorious sneer. She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred. Those aren't the eyes of a child. What's going on here? Is this really Nae? I won't forgive you. The venom in her voice chills me to the bone. Daddy died because of you. I will never forgive you. I'll kill you with my own two hands. Kurisu and I stare in shocked silence. Neither of us can move a muscle. Okabe Rintaro. My heart skips a bit. I feel like someone just walked over my grave. I'll come for you in 15 years. I hope you spend them quivering in terror. 15 years? What? I will come for you in 15 years? What? Aha! Ahahahaha! Is she a time traveler? Nae tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while. I hear the sound of her footsteps pattering down the stairs. Soon they fade away, leaving us in silence. That's when CERN is successful, right? Took over the world. 15 years? Now it's 2010. 15 years later is 2025. But CERN time machine completes in 2034. It's not adding up yet. Not quite sure what does that mean. What the hell was that? A demon? Was she possessed? My entire body is shaking. I have to struggle just to move a finger. What about Moeka? Moeka's clothes are soaked in blood. There is a gaping wound in her abdomen where Nae stabbed her. Calm down. Kurisu yells for me to come to my senses, and then she takes out her phone. Check out on Kiryu-san. I'll call an ambulance. No, wait, before that. Maybe you should just send the email. Even now, Kurisu is calm. I feel an irrational surge of anger at her composure, but I know that she's right. Once I send an email, this roll line will be undone. I know that, but still, I run to Moeka's side. Oh. When I lift her up in my arms, I see that her chest is already covered in blood. Nae is CERN number 1. I don't know what she is, man. It's no sense. Moeka! Nae is also a time traveler, number 2. I don't know. Can't tell at all, man, to be honest. She's my enemy. Hang in there! She killed Mayuri. Can you hear me? Moeka! I can't understand her. I can't forgive her. And yet, I can't help but call her name. Because in a sense, she's a victim too. Fuck, man. Well, I guess I was right just now, you know. I know I would like fall to her side. I knew Naya was sus. Man, I just didn't believe like such a small girl can do such a big damage, you know. Didn't expect at all. Moeka slowly opens her eyes. Her eyes are blank and unfocused. She's fading fast. She tries to speak, but her voice catches her throat. I bring my ear closer to her lips. I killed. Don't like kids, that's why I felt that way. Cool. I don't feel bad for Moeka at all. I don't know, I mean, it's quite sad that she's been used like that, you know. Like, you know, like in a relationship, you know, like, just get dumb like that, and you know, I don't know. Someone precious to you. Yes, you did. Countless times. Not on this roll line, but on the others. This is my punishment. The wheel of fate. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. I silently squeeze Moeka's hand. Moeka doesn't squeeze back. She no longer has the strength. Bro, it's getting late. I need to sleep. Yeah, should be done soon. I don't know. I will finish this moment for her. I had nothing except FB. The only place I belong. I would kill to protect it. You are right to hate me. I'm sorry. I forgive you. The words come to my lips unbidden. But as soon as I speak them, I understand why. Moeka does not kill Mayuri on this roll line. Even if she could, it will not happen until tomorrow. This Moeka, the one dying in my arms, is innocent. And yet, even now, she says, I'm sorry. How can I not answer her? I forgive you. Perhaps the words are meaningless. Forgiving Moeka will not cure Naya's hate. Neither will Moeka's death. I don't even know if I truly mean what I'm saying. But still, I remember what Kuritsu said. My goal is to save Mayuri, not to avenge her. So here, now, I forgive you. The anguish seems to fade from Moeka's face. Her eyes slowly close. A tear slides down Moeka's cheek. Her hand slips from my grasp. She is no longer breathing. Biting my lip, I lay Moeka to rest on the floor. I place her purple phone in her hands. Okabe. Kuritsu calls to me in a weak voice. I think you should send the email. Everything is ready at the lab. Yeah. Moeka and FP are gone, but Mayuri's fate remains unchanged. The universe still demands her death. Hey, Christina. When I send the D-mail and change divergence, do you think Moeka's fate will change? Let's save this real quick. Based on the attractor field model you spoke of, she'll more likely to live if the divergence exceeds 1%. Sorry, I wish I knew what to say. No, don't worry about it. I stand up. Moeka's blood clings to my hands. It won't come off even when I wipe it with a tissue. I try to take out FB's phone. I nod to Kuritsu. She calls Daru and tells him to activate the phone with name subject to change. I take one last look at Moeka's body lying there. Causality is a strange and a terrifying thing. At the beginning of all this, Moeka killed Mayuri. But now Moeka lies dead, while Mayuri still lives. All because I changed the past. Moeka, if you are going to apologize for a sin you didn't commit, then I must apologize as well. I am responsible for twisting your fate, and for twisting the fate of Tennoji Nae. I ruined that innocent girl's life, made her something other than what she was meant to be. Is it okay to just leave her like this? Of course, if I send the D-mail now, this roll line will be undone. Nae's twisted fate will be corrected. There's no point in worrying about it. I should just think about Mayuri. I shouldn't burden myself with any more problems. Stop search PC unneeded. Stand by. Alright. Let's send it. Oh, changed so little. Okay. The world walks. Once the distortion dissipates, Kuritsu is gone. So is Moeka's body. The phone I'm gripping is my own. FB's phone is disappeared. I look at my hands. They are clean. No blood. No knife on the floor either. Everything was undone. But then why am I in this room? There are 2 bottles of Dr. P on the coffee table. Both are open. One is nearly empty, but the other one is still full. I jump at the sound of a running shower. After a few minutes, Moeka comes out of the bathroom, expressionless. You are alive. Huh? Moeka sits down on the tatami mats, not questioning why I am here. She takes out her purple phone and begins typing a mail. It feels like forever since I've seen her lightning speed typing. I don't need an IBM 500 anymore, Moeka. This mail doesn't make sense. It reads like Moeka and I were discussing the IBM 500 moments ago. Was it? Of course. That's exactly what happened on this roll line. That explains why I am here. What do you mean? Let me get through this part and see what's going on. My supervisor told me to stop looking, Moeka. Your supervisor? You mean FB? Huh? How'd you know about FP? Where'd you get that information, Moeka? So FP is still alive. I feel relief, but also fear. I mustn't forget that he is my enemy. For now, however, I am more interested in what Moeka just said. FP cancelled her mission to retrieve the IBM 500. Doing your duty set you up for disposal. We are more like a cattle than dogs. I recall his last words. Perhaps he cancelled his mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated. No, it's because you sent it, right? Oh wait, what? Oh yeah, she stopped looking. Is it because we already used the IBM 500? I don't get it though. But I don't think that would prevent their deaths. They cannot escape their fate. I won't forgive you until I kill you with my own hands. I cover my ears. I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turn an innocent girl into a murderer. I bite my lip hard enough to draw blood. That world line has already been undone. But how will things turn out on this new world line? No, there's no point thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBM 500 should be already back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. On the way back to the lab, I stopped by the Brown Tube workshop and peeked in through the window. The 42-inch CRT is powered on, and Tennoji, FB, is lounging in front of it, reading the sports pages. FB is still alive. His daughter, Nae, has no reason to hate anyone now. I climbed the stairs to the lab. There's nobody there but Koritsu. Have you been to Kiryu Moeka's apartment? Huh? Koritsu pauses her ad channel browsing session to look at me in confusion. Moeka-san's apartment? Never. Oh, okay. Why do you ask? It doesn't matter. Just wondering. I cut across the lounge and head straight for the development room. In the middle of that room sits the time limit machine. After a glance at the time limit machine, I scan the shelves. It's here! Alright, cool, okay. This is where we're ending the stream then. Finally. After all this time, finally got the IBM 500. And hopefully we will be able to save Mayuri with it. But yeah, today's story is again a very heavy-hearted for me. Maybe it's not for everyone, but I do forgive Moeka because I know Moeka is just a pawn, right? I mean, she's the one that pulled the trigger, but FP is the one that ordered her, right? So FP is the killer. And from now on, I have to be very careful when talking to that guy. But yeah, so like, didn't expect Moeka has such a sad background, I guess, backstory, and just a sad life in general, to be honest. But hopefully my character will just try to learn this, you know, like try to be friends with her, you know, like make her feel more home when she's here and all that, you know. I mean time travel or not, right? If a person have suicidal tendency in front of you, you know, and you are kind of her friend too, you know, try to help, you know. I'm sure it helps, you know. So yeah, and then And then I still didn't quite get what Tennoji's Mr. Bronze his action was supposed to be, because my character said it might be to save Moeka from dying. He sacrificed himself, but in the end he got killed by Naya anyway, so whatever. But so I'm quite conflicted, like, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? He surely remembers Suzuhan, and he surely wouldn't betray Suzuha like that if she knew about it. So I'm guessing that would be a leverage in the future if we confronted again. So yeah, so that would be interesting to find out. And then other than that, yeah, so like Naye is turned out to be such an terrifying character. Yeah, I'm like, man, I can't talk to her the same way anymore, man. I mean, the first time was already affected a bit, but you know, now this one, man, I don't like her character at all, man. Fuck that girl, man. Oh my god. Yeah, so like, yeah, man. I hope I don't have to confront her in the future, but you know, seeing how the plot is laying down, right? I'm sure we will talk with her sometimes. Yeah, and finally, some good news is that we finally got the IPM 500. Yeah, so hopefully next one we will be able to save Mayuri. So yeah, so for now I'll just end the stream here. So everyone who joined tonight, who are watching this stream and still watching now, thanks for joining today. We had a lot of newcomers today. There's only one person to be honest, but you know, we have that subscriber last time, but you know, don't like kids. Can't say I disagree. Yeah, so thanks for joining today and have a great night, and hopefully see you at the next one. Yeah, so yeah, thank you and have a great night, everyone. Goodbye.